back to another episode of Cream of the Country. Welcome to Morrinsville Sports. Tonight we've got with us, right beside us, Joe from Ireland and Andre. Now these two guys have been helping out coach the under-85s this year, so we're just going to find out a little bit more about these guys. So just to start with, guys, just what do you do and where do you live?
You start, Joe.
I start, okay. Yeah, as you said, I'm from Ireland.
Yep.
I've been in New Zealand about a year and a half now.
Okay, yep.
Me and my girlfriend moved over here. Whenever I got the call from New Zealand Rugby to come over and improve their teams, I couldn't turn it down, you know?
Awesome.
Nah, me and my girlfriend just came over for an experience.
Yep.
We were supposed to come over for just a year, and we loved it so much that we decided we'd extend our visas.
Yeah. So were you involved in rugby last year too, or?
Yeah, I was involved with the
under-85s last year too.
Andre, yeah, last year. So
good work.
Yeah,
good work. So how did that come about? Just briefly, like you know,
get involved with the 85s here.
Yeah.
So whenever myself and Kelly, that's my girlfriend, we found out we were moving to New Zealand, we figured it out. I emailed the Waikato Rugby Union, just asked was there any chance there was any coaching positions available.
Yeah.
And one of the RDOs, Jordan Farrington, got back onto me, and he met up with me when we moved to Hamilton, and we just chatted a bit about what I wanted, and he had played rugby in Ireland for 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
So he thought Morrinsville was a good club, well suited, good social life, not too much pressure, and he put me in touch with Andre.
Oh, awesome.
So I was looking for a good coach.
Yeah. So in the under-85s, are you forwards or backs, more specialist?
I'm a forwards coach.
Forwards coach.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Andre, yourself?
I'm from Gisborne.
Yep.
Moved up here 10 years ago. I moved to Morrinsville Morrinsville 10 years ago. Moved up to Hamilton about 20 years ago. I'm getting old. Time flies.
Did you move up for work or?
I moved up for uni a long time ago.
Yeah.
And studied computer science, and then I got a job as a computer programmer.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Pretty boring, just sit on your ass all day and tap away.
And that's what you're still doing now?
Still doing that.
Yeah, okay.
So it doesn't involve much talking, which suits me because pretty grumpy.
Yeah.
And no one can understand me.
And you've already mentioned you've got a partner, Kelly.
Yep.
And what about yourself, Andre, family?
So I'm married and I got 2 kids, 9 and 6. 9 and 6, yeah, that's right. A boy and a girl.
Yeah. Any of them playing sport, the kids, or?
Yeah, my boy plays sport, but the girl doesn't do. Yeah. Can I swear on here? No, I won't swear. Doesn't do much.
Yeah. Is he a rugby player or?
He's playing soccer this year.
Soccer? Yeah. That's right. Cool.
Get a bit of stick for that.
Yeah. That's right. He's learning some ball skills, eh?
Yeah, he's learning to kick. He's going to be a kicker.
Yeah. What about your guys' playing history? What did you do back in Ireland, or who did you play for over there?
Yeah, well, my playing history isn't too impressive now. I just played for the local club back home, Cavan RFC, all the way through the underage stuff, and then I played a couple of seasons of senior rugby before I got injured my ACL in the knee, and then we didn't get back into the game for a few years, and I went back and I re-injured the same knee again, so that was kind of me done. I didn't.
So what position were you playing when you played, Joe?
Started out way back in the day in the centre, and played a lot of underage stuff in the backs. But then I moved to Lucy, probably around 15 or 16 years old, and I loved that then. I loved all the tackling end of it, that sort of stuff. So I played then mostly there until I finished up.
What about you, Andre? Playing history and positions?
Yes, I've been around the clubs a bit. So I played at the first club was Eastern Suburbs, Division 2, way back in the late 90s. Then I went to Tarapa for a few years, had a stint at Old Boys for a year, and then moved over to England for 5 years and played over there.
Awesome. Who did you play for over there?
Manchester Rugby Club.
Yep.
So up north.
Yeah. What division were they in up there?
They were Division 2 and 1.
Oh, yeah.
Promoted Division 1.
Yeah.
So it's the one just below the Premiership.
Sure. Yeah.
So I played there for a bit. For 5 years, over 100 games there, and then come back, moved back to New Zealand, and moved back. My wife's from Morrinsville, so we moved back to Morrinsville, and then came here, and then that was it.
What positions had you played in
Well, some people think I'm a bit of an enforcer, sort of playing the forwards the way I tackle D up, but normally I've traditionally played 10 and 13.
10. Oh, yeah, 10 and 13.
Yeah, get confused.
Cool. What about your coaching history? Like to come over to New Zealand and do some coaching? Joe, had you done coaching in Ireland or done any courses or anything? Or?
Yeah, so I probably bluffed a little bit when I came to New Zealand first. So I only done about 6 months of coaching under 18s. They had got me level 1 over in Ireland. Then I came over here and I probably might have told the RDO I had a couple of years experience. Before coming to Morrinsville and coaching the under 85s last year and this year I only had about 6 months of under 18 stuff. Not too much.
What about yourself, Andre, in relation to coaching? You've been in the under 85s the last couple of years.
I'm a coach. So I coached Waihau for 3 years. So when I stopped playing, I then coached Waihau. Mac Bartlett for 3 years, and then after that coached the college for a couple of years.
Oh, first of day.
Coached them. And coached the Waikato 85 for a year, and then been involved with the under 85.
Yeah, cool. How's the getting onto the under 85s now? How are the under 85s going this season?
Oh, it's been a rocky ship.
It's going pretty good, I think. So we've lost 1 game the season so far.
One too many.
Which is pretty good. It's obviously 1 week I went down to Wellington, missed 2 training sessions, and we lost the game at the weekend after that. So
Super coach
it's
wasn't
not
there,
a coincidence.
Super coach
It's not a coincidence.
I got a bit grumpy that week. Players didn't quite respond. We didn't have the cuddly, nice guy there.
Yeah, but it's all in all, it's going pretty good.
Yeah, so we've got good cop, bad cop in the team, coaches.
Well, I don't intend to be bad cop. I just am a bit of a naturally grumpy lad. So they're naturally nice, so it works well.
So are we looking that we're going to possibly make semi-finals?
I think we're guaranteed a top 4 spot.
Yeah, I think we're
at the minute. But obviously we want to be number 1.
Yeah, where we finish up and we'll see.
All right. We'll just move on to the team. This might be a little bit hard, but characters in the team. Who's the jokers, the funny guys, the troublemakers?
I like to think I am the funny guy, but
just said you were the bad cop. That's the bad cop and funny cop.
He's the funny guy because he mentioned he'd made all the tackles.
That's
well,
the one.
yeah, everyone makes jokes about me, but the truth
there's a few characters. I mean, it's pretty weak banter. All they do with me is just take the piss out of my accent. So it's like, it doesn't get much funnier than that.
You like the Guinness back home?
I do.
You do?
Quite like the Guinness.
You're proper
not
Irishman.
the same over here.
What about hardest workers in the team? Who works really hard, puts a lot of effort in, maybe doesn't score the most tries, but maybe deserves the odd try? Who would you say those characters in the team?
Max. Yeah, Max always puts in a good shift. Max Kissing, a lock.
Player of the year last year.
Mudguard, he's always there working hard.
Shawnee Roberts is always eating nothing and turns up.
There's a couple of guys just over the weight. They're always working hard to get down in the game day. So probably mention those boys.
Cool. Boys they work hard. The whole team really works hard.
There's a good work ethic there, right through them all.
The whole team sort of built around
work ethic.
We haven't got a lot of brilliant individuals that are going to like the whole thing is hard work. The whole team works hard for each other and stuff.
This is to you, Joe. What have you found the differences or similarities between rugby at home and rugby in New Zealand?
It's quite a tough question. Like, there's not a huge amount of differences. I guess back home we have our own native sports, like the Gaelic football and the hurling and that. So rugby, it's quite a popular sport at home, but it definitely wouldn't be number 1.
Do the guys that play the Gaelic football, do they play for the rugby club and the Gaelic football club, or do they just focus on that one sport?
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, definitely. As I would probably some of the guys that were in the team who played the Gaelic games were definitely some of the better players in the rugby team as well. But since I've been over here,
Gaelic
you mentioned to me that if you got the girls, you should be playing Gaelic football, is that right? All the girls chasing after that. All the girls chase after the Gaelic football players.
They chase the rugby boys.
Oh, they chase the rugby boys.
Yeah.
Cool. On a little bit of a light-hearted note, under 85s had a court session this season.
Yeah, we did. We had a quarter, so as the coaches, we didn't sort of organise or run it or even encourage it, but the players got together and they part of our theme this year in our rugby team was being about more than rugby, so doing stuff more off the field, being remembered for that, including our partners, making sure our partners are welcome, family and kids. So the players took that to a new level this year and they actually had the quarter and the partners actually ran it.
Oh, the partners ran it.
They were
awesome.
They were the judges or the things, so the players sat there. So we had the quarter this year at the poultry farm, so the Cliver poultry.
At Lucas places,
yep. And we got there and we're sort of looking around and then partners turned up and then they said, right, everyone sit down. And they sat down and they started ripping into us.
Yeah. So were the girls running it, were they tougher than blokes running it, or
they were tough?
Yeah.
They were pretty, a little bit scary, but an interesting story. We had a few games at the quarter, and one of the games was what was it called again? A guana fight or something. You put a belt around your neck, another belt, and it's just like a scrummaging thing, isn't it? Is that right? Sort of neck.
It's a reverse scrum.
Reverse scrum. So you
had to pull away instead of pushing.
Yeah, so the boys were doing it, and then they decided that the coaches should show each other against each other. So Joe and me. Everyone thinks I'm 10, right? 13. But like I said, they forgot that I'm the enforcer and I was a tough man. So we got down there and the best of 3, and it was 3-zip. To myself.
Jeepers.
It wasn't 3-zip. Definitely not.
That's no good.
I realised afterwards the belt had been tampered with.
Kept slipping off his head.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right. So just in the future, next season, what's next season looking like holding for both of you? I know you're focusing on trying to achieve a championship this year, but have you got any thoughts about next year or what you want to do next year?
Yeah, well, obviously it's up in the air for myself at the minute because
so has the COVID-19 thing had a little bit to do with you not being able to get back, or you haven't planned to go back here, or
probably wouldn't be that. We're not able to get back. Obviously the Irish borders are still open, so we'll be able to fly home, but probably just kind of would prefer to stay in New Zealand where it's obviously clear of it and all that sort of stuff for now. Ireland's doing a good job of getting the numbers down, but still in and around, so we're hoping to be back in Ireland next year. So obviously hopefully staying coaching over there. Keep at it.
I'm sure if you do go back to 185s, it'll give you a good send-off anyway. And yourself, Andre?
I'll be coaching the A's with Sammy and Matt, the head coach, and I'll be helping them out. Awesome. Both the A's next year, so it's going to be a big challenge, but haven't put a lot of thought into that other than little things because
you're concentrating on the rest of the season.
We want to do a good end of the season. So.
I know. Well, thanks heaps, guys, for coming along tonight, but also thanks even more for the good work that you put in coaching under 85s and the time and the sacrifice. I know coaching takes up a huge amount of time, a huge amount of organising, and it's a fairly thankless job, but thanks for what you do out there with those guys, and wish you both all the best for the rest of the season with the under 85s, and let's hope we bring home another championship, So thanks very much, Andre, and cheers, Joe, all the best. Nice to meet you. Cheers. Thanks, guys.
I'd like to thank our sponsors too. Dempsey Wood.
Dempsey Wood. Okay, cool.
Great to see you, so.
Awesome.
The sponsor plug in there.
Awesome, cool. Cheers,